25 people have died in Nigeria's Niger state after the truck they were traveling in lost control and crashed on a busy expressway. The Federal Road Safety Corps on Wednesday said the truck, which was headed to the economic hub of Lagos from Sokoto State, was speeding and overloaded with passengers and cargo. Some of the more than 200 passengers who survived the accident sustained serious injuries. The accident happened on Tuesday night but was confirmed by authorities on Wednesday. President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday described the accident as a harrowing tragedy and directed emergency response agencies to ensure the injured survivors receive necessary treatment. Niger State Governor Mohammed Bago also issued a directive against the use of trucks and other haulage vehicles to carry passengers. The International Committee of the Red Cross Nigeria on Wednesday said Nigeria has a missing caseload of over 25,000 people registered with the Red Cross in the last 10 years. The Public Relations Officer, ICRC Nigeria, Aliyu Dawobi, noted that the 25,000 missing people were those whose relatives came and requested for the Red Cross to register their cases. Dawobi said ICRC Nigeria started family unification in 2013 in Nigeria alongside the Nigerian Red Cross Society. However, the PRO added that though the number of missing persons in the country in the last 10 years might have dropped as a result of some families reuniting without the help of the Red Cross, the ICRC is currently organizing the third international conference for families of the missing persons. The conference aims to gather families of missing persons from all around the world to share their plight and to communicate on mechanisms and methods they have been coping with over the years. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Turid Lagbaja, says the military has taken delivery of modern equipment and it is enhancing the fight against insurgency in the country. Represented by the Garrison Officer Commander 8th Division, Major General Godwin Mutku, the COAS spoke during a Nigerian Army Civil Military Cooperation media chat held in Sokoto on Wednesday. He said the Nigerian Army would continue to implement robust strategies, including across kinetic and non-kinetic, to end the insurgency. Mutkat said his desire for a quick resolution of the security challenges necessitated the deployment of more troops across various theaters in all geopolitical zones in the country. He also called on the media not to unconsciously provide non-state actors with information. Amidst reported threats by terrorists to attack Monguno in northern Borno State, Governor Babagana Zulum has announced the closure of the internally displaced persons camps in the government Senior Science Secondary School, Monguno. The closure of the camp brings to about 13 the IDP camps that the state government has closed since 2018. The Manguna camp, about 120 kilometers from Maiduguri, housed over 100,000 IDPs drawn from parts of Kukawa, Nganzai, Mate, and Guzamala local government areas displaced by the Boko Haram insurgents. Reports indicate that recent investigations revealed that following a systematic flow of arms and fighters from the Sahel ISIS to lend more strength to ISWAP around the Lake Chad Basin, the terrorists have marked Manguno, Mate, and Abadan, all in northern Borno, for decisive attacks. However, Governor Zulum, apparently satisfied with the level of security and peace restored at some of the communities, said the closure of the camp was to pave the way for the rehabilitation of the school to facilitate the resumption of academic activities. Zulum was on an inspection visit at the camp to assess the extent of destruction resulting from the Boko Haram attack and the prolonged use by internally displaced persons. He stated that the IDPs would be relocated to occupy the 1,000 resettlement houses built in the town for citizens affected by the over 1 decade-old Boko Haram insurgency. And youths believed to be supporters of the New Nigeria People's Party on Wednesday stormed the Kofa Nasarawa area of the Kano metropolis in protest against the alleged contradictions in the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which sacked the state governor, Abba Yusuf. The youth, after attending a special prayer organized by the governor by the residents of the area at 2 p.m., started the protest. Protesters clashed with policemen dispatched to the area to quell the protest. As youths protested in Kano, confusion over the judgment persisted on Wednesday as the NNPP and the Labour Party dismissed the statements of the Court of Appeal and the All Progressives Congress that the mix-up in the certified true copy of the judgment was a mere clerical error. The appellate court had in its judgment on Friday reaffirmed the sacking of the governor by the state's election petition tribunal. Contrary to Friday's judgment, the CTC indicated that the Court of Appeal resolved all the issues in the appeal in favor of the appellant, the governor, who was the NNPP candidate, and set aside the ruling of the state governorship election tribunal, which sacked him. And police operatives on Wednesday dispersed protesting members of the Judiciary's Staff Union of Nigeria, Osun State Branch, as the Chief Judge, Justice Adekunle Ojo, resumed her office. The state governor had last week announced the suspension of the Chief Judge, saying he was carrying out the recommendation of the State House of Assembly. The governor had, however, come under heavy backlash, making it backtrack on its plans to appoint an acting Chief Judge. The judiciary workers who are accusing the Chief Judge of abuse of office had since Monday started a protest, picketing the State High Court and the office of the Chief Judge, thereby paralyzing the justice sector. The protest entered day 3 on Wednesday. And when the Chief Judge arrived at the court, police operatives stationed at the entrance of the court opened the gate for her. Before her arrival, some judges had earlier arrived on the premises, apparently to prepare for the meeting earlier planned over the demands of the protesting workers.